Oh. Hold on, y'all. I gotta make sure the audio's good. Hey, y'all. Hey, if you can hear me. If you can hear me. Bum, bum, bum. Baby, turn around and let me see that sexy body go bum, bum, bum. All right, so it looks like I checked my audio and we are in there like what? Swimwear. Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Lala, aka LaChelle, aka Chelle, aka Michelle, my belle. What's up? Coming at y'all with a BTA. Listen, I know I need to tighten up my fade. Mind your business, okay? I had to learn how to cut hair on my own because COVID. So there's that. Either way, y'all, coming at y'all with a real quick live. I know I owed y'all a 1:30 tutorial, but I'm about to go work out. Real life happened. So I just was able to take my pre-workout, and so I ain't gonna be able to do it at 1:30. But y'all gonna get this one. And not only that, I'm coming at you with a BTA and some RLT. So, before I jump on live and talk about my real situations, I like to think on them first. And what triggered this train of thought, and I don't mean that in a bad way, what initiated this train of thought was someone posted on their Facebook page, shout out to Brooklyn with 2 O's, posted something on their Facebook page that made me think about or self-evaluate, self-analyze, whatever you want to call it. It made me do it. And hey, if there's anybody in the chat right now, I can't see it. YouTube don't always like me when I go live. So I'm going to refresh the screen one time for the one time. But if you're in chat, I don't see it. Matter of fact, let me check with my phone. I can't stand it. My bad, y'all. Since you don't want to be the father, I guess that makes you a baby mama. You act like a sometimes. All right, that's not to anybody. I was just singing the Tammy Rivera Baby Mama song, which is this logo y'all see behind me right now. Why is this watermark here? I thought I took it off. Hold on, y'all. Before I start running my trap. Maybe I'll put myself at the top. Because I bees in the trap. Bees in the trap. Bitches ain't, and they ain't saying nothing. 100... can't tell me nothing. I bees in it. Oh, I'm just over here tearing up my little layout. Sorry that y'all gotta deal with this, but y'all know that comes with me. Just accept it in your life. Ooh. Okay, I think I got it. Y'all don't mind the green screen drama I got going on in the background. I don't feel like fixing it. So anywho. Ooh, that looks ugly. I'm sorry, y'all. See, this is why I don't come on with my camera because it's the drama for me. You act like a sometime. It's not liking it, y'all. Since you don't want to be the father, I guess that makes you the baby mama. Hold on, y'all. Work with the kid. Hold on, y'all. Work with the kid. We get in there. Just like that. She's gone. I am sick of this. Let me see. Nah, it still looks terrible. Alright, how are we gonna move me? Y'all, I'm about to get it together. I promise. What the hell? Move that, Tammy Rivera. And makes you the baby mama. Put this behind. That. Ooh. I'm getting it. Ooh. I'm getting it. Hi, JDQ, INVU. Hi, JDQ, INVU, and SL. Hello. Welcome to the Turner. I'm gonna get it together. People gonna be watching the playback like.
Just deal with it.
Listen, just deal with it. Okay. My girlfriends, my girlfriends. All right. I think I got it now. Let me say hi in the chat, Chelle. All right, so again, shout out to Brooklyn with 2 O's. I got that from that Tyler Perry play. Anyway, she posted something on her status similar to the topic I'm gonna talk about today. Hey, Gels. JDQ's name is Gels. Everybody say what's up to Gels. Little view count is going up. Hey, y'all, hey. So anyway, she posted this on her Facebook, and it made me think about myself. A lot of people view me as super guarded, right? But the truth is I'm not. I even had someone say or basically imply that I'm so guarded that I guess I low-key think I'm better than people who aren't as guarded, which you're way off. That's fine. But anyway, that's fine. Anyway, I've been through a lot in relationships in RL, and I'm talking about like romantic relationships, platonic relationships, where I would completely ignore my discernment for the sake of giving people a chance, right? And I would always tell myself, no, those red flags you see, that's not them being a bad person, it's you being too safe, overthinking. And I would, the red flags, like the initial intuition, you know, the stuff that God blessed you with for a reason, to keep you safe, to keep you sharp, I would ignore that and end up hurt. And at first, I just kept saying, it's okay. That's what happens when you're finding love. You get bumps and bruises on the way, but you keep going. And I'm sure God and my guardian angel was like, watching me make these countless mistakes. And that's especially important for people to consider when you grew up in toxic environments. That's what I'll call it. Toxic environments where the only type of relationships you know are the unhealthy ones. Believe it or not, even though you tell yourself different, subconsciously, your spirit looks for energy that matches those unhealthy relationships. Because naturally, as chaotic as it may be, for a lot of people who are still in the healing phases, which you may be healing forever, but for the people who are still far, is it an echo? Oh, it is. My bad. All right. Is that better? It wasn't an echo on my phone. Hold on. Let me check. All right, let me see now. Hold on. All right, it looks like it's good now. I had to, y'all, I got so much stuff open, you would think I'm DJ Clue. I got a whole, like, it looked like a turntable set up right here. So the mic was on, I have my webcam plugged in, and the mic was on there, and my regular mic. So I had to, there are 2 areas where I have to turn the mic down, and I only turned it down on one. So y'all should be good with the echo now. But where was I? Oh, I was talking about how Brooklyn with 2 O's posted something on her Facebook status that made me think of this topic at hand. Hey, Cuzzo. Hi, Pepper Paste. I didn't even know that person was in here. Y'all sneaking in. All right, so I'm back. Now, she posted something on her status about it, and it made me think of myself. And I was saying, when you come from unhealthy relationships, meaning that's your background, you could have been dealing with it from a child or from childhood to into your teenage stages or young adulthood, wherever. It started somewhere. But when you have a history of unhealthy relationships, unfortunately, until you begin the healing that you need to do, you subconsciously search for those in other people. Not in the sense of you want it to be bad or you want to be hurt or anything like that, but in a sense of, a lot of times, and this is me speaking from the professional help I received that they told me was common by credible professionals. I have to put that out there. But it's just my opinion. I am not the professional. Don't take anything I say as gospel. I'm just sharing my experience with y'all. But anywho, so what I was told was, when you come from a history of those toxic relationships, you tend to subconsciously seek that out in other people. Again, not because you want to be hurt, but because in the back of your mind, you feel like if you can have a healthy relationship, I don't want to say with the unhealthy person because that sounds bad. If you can turn an unhealthy relationship into healthy, that you have subsequently fixed those unhealthy relationships from your childhood, young adulthood, whatever. And that made sense to me because I remember a person, and I call him the one that got away. He was a wonderful person. He was sweet. He was generous. He was kind. He was polite. He was funny. He also was stern, right? Because y'all know I'm a little bit feisty. But he was all of those things that I saw in my father, who was amazing. I left him. Listen to me. Never cheated on me. Never hit me. Opened doors for me. We went to dinner. He's paying, and he would even cater to my need to scream, I'm independent, and sometimes maybe let me pay the tip. Like, that's the type of dude he was. He was everything that I had ever put on my dream sheet, and I left him. And you probably like, are you dumb? Yes and no. At the time, I didn't love myself. And so I didn't feel like I was deserving of him. And you gotta be careful with it, because that type of mindset is not obvious. It wasn't like I was sitting there like, oh, I don't love myself. You don't know that that's what it is, usually until you've already started working on your healing, right? So I didn't love myself. And I just was like, I literally sat down one day and was like, he's too good for me. Never cheated on him, never done anything to him, wasn't disrespecting him, wasn't using him. I wasn't doing anything, to my knowledge, or at least not intentionally. Wasn't doing that. But I literally just sat down and said, he's too good for me. I didn't have a reason why I felt he was too good for me, but in my heart, I felt like he was too good for me, and broke up with him. Boom, gone. Got with somebody who I knew, and I said, I've used this term before. Anybody who knows me, anybody I've had a personal conversation with, they've heard me use this term before. I got with someone who I knew was no threat to actually loving me. I'm going to say that again. I left a man who loved me and would do anything for me to get with someone who I knew had no intention and honestly no potential to show me that same level of love. Because I felt in the back of my mind, yeah, this dude is more my speed. This is what I'm worth. Because for years, it had been conditioned based on those unhealthy relationships. Mine started as early as when I was born. And you're probably like, you can't think back that early. No, I can't. But that should tell you what the relationships were. But that I felt more comfortable being with the dude that I knew didn't love me for real and couldn't love me for real. And it wasn't oh, you just wanted a bad boy. And I wasn't able to put two and two together again until I got actual counseling and actual help, that the reason I gravitated towards that other dude, because it became a habitual thing. I would constantly pick people who I knew were no real threat to ever loving me, and vice versa, me ever really loving them. I kept getting in relationships with people I knew I wouldn't have longevity with. I know. Hear me out, though. So I kept doing that, and I kept doing it. I'm going to love them out of it, right? And this is what I'm telling myself. Not because I remember I hadn't had the healing at the time. So my mind state was different. To me, I loved them. I always was chasing people that I knew didn't love me. But the truth is, I ain't love them fools. So I'm like, I'm going to love them into loving me. I'm going to show them with my love that I'm worthy of them wanting to love me and treat me right. Right? So that's what I was doing. And as you can see, clearly didn't work. Because though none of them are around, don't get it twisted, I could pick up the phone and call any of them right now, and they would come right back. I don't play those games, though. So as I started to heal, got older, I'm going to tell y'all what made me turn around and actually start to think of seeking help. I got into a situation where, and I've kind of talked about this relationship before, and y'all are probably going to hear me talk about it multiple times because it's like a staple in my life. Hold on, let me check the audio real quick. Okay, it's good. So this relationship, this is the one where I told y'all the person bloodied my nose, right? Like just busted my shit. Not because I couldn't fight, not because the person was bigger than me, but just when I was in a relationship, people could put their hands on me, but I couldn't find it in myself to put my hands back on them, except with this one. I'm gonna tell y'all how it ended up happening. Hey, Desiree. So one day, I was ready to leave. I was tired of being verbally abused. Like, I was being told all of the stuff that you see in the Lifetime movies. Ain't nobody gonna want you. Nobody gonna love you like I do. Nobody gonna want to put up with you, right? Mind you, we was together for like 3 years. So they did all of that, and I was like, cool, that's fine. I'm still out, though. Now, we had a very violent, toxic history. Not like me doing stuff, but them doing stuff to me. So this day, they said to me, and I gotta be careful because I am on YouTube. It was a female. She said to me, you know I can and get away with it, right? And I was like, because I was trying to leave. Mind y'all, I'm not being violent. She had taken my clothes. Like, I had packed my suitcase up. She had taken my clothes, wouldn't let me take my clothes with me. I said, fine, all of that stuff is material. I'll replace it. I'm out of here. Like, I can't do this anymore. I can't. She was using me she was taking my money. She was physically abusive, verbally, everything. And I just couldn't. I was done. I was out. So I told her, I was like, yo, I'm out. And she was like, you know I could and get away with it, right? And I was like, and at first, y'all, it took a minute for my brain to register what was being said to me. You just threatened to end my existence because I want to leave. We're not fighting. I'm not threatening. It was literally just, y'all know, ladies, y'all know, and fellas probably know too. I don't know. I can't talk from a man experience, so you can hear me talk to the ladies. Not because I picked one over the other, but I can only talk about what I experienced. So I was like, wait a minute. Say that one more time? Yeah, you know I can end your existence and get away with it, and here's how. And went on to explain it to me. That's how far we had gotten. So I'm trying to like walk out, and that was it for me, right? She jumped on my back. She was pulling me by my hair. She was trying to punch me. She was trying to do everything she could to stop me from leaving. Because like at first she did her normal sympathy, I can't live without you crying. And when the crocodile tears didn't work for me, then she tried to do her, I'm going to put you down and make you feel like nothing. And then when that didn't work for me, she threatened to end my existence. And even when that didn't work, because I'm like, listen, I'm going to get out of here whether I cease to exist trying or not. Hey, so, that was my breaking point. When someone saw that I was broken enough that they felt they could threaten to end my existence and I would still stay, I had to stop and be like, yo, what message have I been sending this whole time? And y'all don't mind me, I'm going to work out. That's why I'm dressed like this. I normally would try to be dolled up and stuff. Let me say hey to everybody so y'all don't think I'm ignoring y'all. I just don't want you to throw me off track. All right, so that was the message I sent. So when it comes to me being guarded now, y'all probably like, why did you go through that long-winded story? Because I needed y'all to understand, when it comes to me being guarded, it's because I have a reason. I already went through those phases in life where I didn't trust my discernment. And it put me in a situation where somebody was threatening to literally end me. And I told myself, and I told God, that if he got me out of that alive, that I would start working to do better. Now, granted, I did have a few more toxic situationships. I did have a few more toxic situationships after that, but listen, as soon as they started looking like it was going to get like that, I was like, please, I'm out of here, right? Y'all don't mind my son in the background. He getting chips. Noisy McGee. You know kids don't ever want anything until you're on the phone or live or something. Then all of a sudden they need everything that's in the room you in and all your attention. The end. But anyway. Oh, thank you, Gels. So, I went through a few not so great relationships after that, but never let them get as far as that one. That honestly, hands down, aside from the childhood relationship, as an adult, that was the worst relationship I had ever been in. Ever. That was worse. So, after that, like I said, I had like 2 or 3, I want to say 3. Let me think. Just 2. So after that, I had 2 more toxic relationships. My very last one, my very last one, and the one I was just talking about ran neck and neck. But she knew not to put her hands on me. Because after I had that run-in with that person, I was like, listen, I don't want to hurt you, but I'm not going to let you hurt me. Like, she tried to do something like punch the wall next to me and then almost broke her stupid little wrist. So, there's that. But after that, it was like, okay. And I told myself I would start working on my discernment because clearly I was getting it wrong. So for a while, because this last relationship ended years ago. So for a while, I wouldn't trust anybody. As soon as you hit me with the hey beautiful, blocked. You see me on the street, hey miss. I didn't want to be bothered with anybody. Because I had told myself, like, yo, my judgment is way off. And I'm not dating anybody else until I can get it right. So I went through waves of not trusting anybody to trusting people a little bit. And then be like, this feels too familiar and not in a good way. Bye. Right? And now I'm at that point in my life, which I'm sure next year I'll have not completely different, I don't think. But my outlook will have adjusted on life and trusting people. But where I have come to now is I have learned to forgive people, but understood that forgiving doesn't mean that they have to be an active part of your life anymore, because I was an offender of that too. People would do stuff to me and I would forgive them and they would come back and violate And I would forgive them, and they would violate. And I would forgive them, and they would violate. And I was like, you know what? Forgiveness is supposed to be for me. But every time I forgive somebody, it turns out bad. So we got to work on this. First, it was, all right, cool, I won't forgive anybody, but I'm not there anymore. Now I know how to forgive people while leaving and loving them where they are. It's not to say that I'm better than you. It's not to say that you're better than me. It's me identifying that we aren't good for each other. So I'm going to love you where you at. Wherever you at in life, whatever you going through, listen, I'm going to put love in the universe for you. But as far as us interaction, it's a no for me, dog. Okay? So that's where my discernment is. And sometimes, people make fun of me. And this is SL and RL. They'll be like, oh, Chelle don't like nobody. Ha, ha, ha. Or if I'm dating, they'll be like, you cut him off yet? Or you cut her off yet? And I'll be like, no. Or sometimes, yeah. Like, I date my... the last person I dated in RL, we talked for about 6 or 7 months. And he never got a title. Y'all know how we are habitual offenders, especially as ladies. Like, well, what are we? We was just dating. Because that's where I'm at. And I don't feel guilty about it. And it doesn't make me a bad person. And it doesn't mean I don't like people. And it doesn't mean I'm blocking my blessing. But here's the gag, because somebody actually said this to me. You think that you're protecting yourself, but you truly could be blocking your blessing from love. Entertaining the wrong people, especially for an extended period of time, can also block your blessing of being loved. I'm going to say that again. Entertaining the wrong people can also block your blessing when it comes to love. Because if you think God is about to send you a good person while you got all of these people around you draining you so that you can now subsequently, inadvertently, unintentionally, whatever word you want to put in front of it, take it out on the person that he has picked just for you, think again. And he's not going to do it and say, oh, well, they just trying to be nice to everybody. Go ahead and slide on it. No. Because until you take care of those situations around you so that they are either no longer around or in a position to actually serve you, he's not going to send your significant other your way. He's not, because you're not ready, period. And I had to learn that because I was a habitual offender of letting people do me any old type of way in the name of being a good person. Well, whatever they do to me is between them and God. God is going to see them. But faith without work is dead. DEAD. So if you just sit there and God is showing you people and what they're about and what they're doing to you and you're just saying, God will handle it. Okay. Why do you think he created us to do things like have reflexes? Oh, somebody swings at me, I'm not going to duck. God can handle it. Okay. And you're going to get hit right in your face. So that's what discernment does for me. I don't just block anybody. I don't just kick everyone out of my life. I usually see if there's a pattern. So it's not one violation, I'm done with you. It's not 2 violations, I'm done with you. There's patterns that I look for because a person gonna be who they are. That part, the end. No matter how sweet you are to them, no matter what you do for them, they are going to be themselves. Maya Angelou, I'm gonna have to use it. I know it's cliche, but I'm gonna use it. When a person shows you who they are, believe them. We as humans have to stop falling in love with the possibility or people's potential and start seeing people where they are. It's not to say a person can't change. It's not to say a person can't be better. It's not to even say that the problem's not you. But you were blessed with discernment for a reason. Sometimes you can see that the person has the potential to be wonderful. But until they see it, and until they start doing the work to get there, it's irrelevant. Because that's not going to be the person that you get. The end. A beef patty has the potential to either be a cheeseburger or a Salisbury steak. It's all about what is done with it. People are the same way. They can have the potential to be a god or a demon. But we as humans don't have the power to will someone else's nature and behavior. The end. Now, I'm not saying don't be kind to people, but stop thinking that your kindness is going to change people. Be kind and be yourself, but learn how to do it with discernment. And that's what I'm telling you, because I see people beating themselves up like, oh, I wish I wasn't so guarded. How about instead you wish for someone who gives you a reason not to be guarded? The reason you're guarded is because whoever you're interacting with or possibly surrounding yourself with, they are triggering those parts of you. There's something in them that ignites something in you that tells you not to let your guard down. If you are out here doing the spiritual work, the mental health work, and you know like, hey, my stuff's pretty solid. If somebody is making you feel like you need to keep your guard up after all of that, it's a reason for it. So to those of you who feel guilty because you want the Mary Poppins or the Mother Teresa of love, you were granted discernment for a reason. If somebody has they're a habitual offender of a certain behavior, that's them. That's it. You're not going to love them and make them not do it. If somebody's a cheater, they're going to cheat on you. If somebody's a liar, they're going to lie to you. Nobody's going to say, you know what, your heart is so golden. I'm going to just stop cheating. I'm going to just stop lying. I'm going to just stop being condescending. I'm going to just stop getting physical with you because your heart is so pure. That's not how it goes. I know on the Disney Channel, that's what they make it look like. And like Cinderella and all them. That's not how it go though. So I'm not saying that you got to shut everybody out your life. Because like I said, even me, I let people establish a pattern first. But don't feel guilty because you protect yourself. Because like I said, just like people tell you that, oh, if you block everybody, you could block your blessing. You also can block your blessing entertaining everybody. And I don't mean everybody as in literally everyone. I mean, if you continue to entertain people who God has shown you do not serve you, you can also block the blessing of the one that he has for you. So work on your discernment, work on yourselves, and don't focus on being in a relationship. If you're guarded, that's where you're at in life, period. Stop focusing on beating yourself up about it. And I'm not saying that she was. I'm speaking from my perspective because I've done this to myself. So this is not a shot at Brooklyn. I don't want her to feel that way. But if you're guarded, know that it's for a reason. Maybe you need to do the work, i.e. the mental and spiritual work. Or maybe that person just triggers your need to be guarded. Because they're not for you. Love them and leave them where they're at. And move on with your life. I'm not saying if you see them on the street and they say hi, you gotta be like, whatever. But hey, I'm not gonna look for you. I'm not gonna be walking down the street hoping that we lock eyes. Like if I see you and I say, what's up? It's what's up. But that's it. So I hope that this makes sense. I don't know who this needs to resonate with, but I hope it resonated with you. I've had a lot of people who hit me up in private about my videos and they want to talk further because maybe they don't want to do it in the comments or something like that, and that's fine. But y'all can hit me up. I'm here if you want to talk. Who said my life is like a movie? Black Rose said, girl, your life is a movie at this point. Honestly, if I went through my real life, like for real, y'all be like, my real life was so interesting. There are outsiders that know about it and come back and ask my loved ones like, hey, how is this person doing because of X? And this is like, most of this is childhood stuff. We ain't even got into all the adult tea. But yeah, and that's why I come here. When I'm giving people advice, especially people I love and care about, it's not because I think I'm better than you. It's because I see me in you and I know how hurt you can become. And I don't want that for you. And that's my problem, right? And that's what the psychiatrist lady, counselor, she's a mental health professional. She got her degree and went to school and all that. So that's what she was telling me. She said, my biggest problem, and it has, and I've had to end relationships, friendships because of it. My biggest problem is I won't allow people to experience their life and their emotions. Not in the sense of I'm trying to tell you, like, do what I say. It's in the sense of I will see people going down the same path that I am going, or that that I have went down, and to know the destruction ahead of them and be like, just like, don't, this is why I'm telling you not to do it this way. Like, listen to me, y'all. I had someone literally try to end my existence. I told y'all about the words. I didn't tell you about the physical actions. But we're not getting into that today. I've had someone try to end my existence. So when I'm kicking and screaming at my friends and family, like, please don't do this, it's because I know how bad it can get. Because you see, some people don't make it past the story. Their story ends at that point. I was blessed enough for God to be like, come here, fool. And yank me out of that situation. I was blessed enough to have that, but that's not everybody's story. So when I'm kicking and screaming at a family member, hey, leave this person alone, and so on and so forth, it ain't because I think I'm smarter than you or I think I'm better than you. It's because I know what lies ahead. It's like having a preview of a track. Maybe somebody's running a trail or something, and you know that, hey, there's a bear up ahead, or there's a ditch where people fall and hurt them, and you're like, don't take that trail. And they're like, I'm gonna take it. That's my toxic trait, because now I'm swinging at you, like almost dragging you by your clothes, like, don't do it. And I'm not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to let you have your experience. And unfortunately, even if it ends bad, I'm supposed to let you do it. And I struggle with that. That's my downfall. But I'm going to be honest with y'all, I ain't sorry. I just can't see myself watching my friends and family members get hurt when I feel like there's something I can do about it. So if you're guarded, make sure, again, you're doing the work. If you're not doing the work, you're going to stay guarded because you don't trust anything and you're doing everything out of fear. But if you're doing the work, don't you feel guilty about it. And ask yourself, what is it about this person that makes me feel like I can't trust them? Make a list. 3, check for patterns. Does this person habitually do this? And then 4, you have to accept that people are human and flawed. No one is going to be perfect. No one. And this is not me telling y'all to settle, right? This is not me telling y'all to settle. This is me telling y'all that you have to accept that nobody's going to be perfect. So if you're seeking perfection, you will forever be alone. But you have to sit down and make the conscious effort to decide what are flaws someone can have that won't violate my boundaries. I'm going to say that again. A lot of people just say, what are flaws you can live with? No. What are flaws that someone can have that doesn't violate your boundaries? Stop putting yourself in a position to have your anxiety on 10 for the sake of going, well, nobody's perfect. No, they're not. But the person that God has for you, or the universe, or spirit, or source, whatever you believe in spiritually, the person that is picked for you won't trigger you like that. So focus on doing the work. Make use a list if you have to. Do things that work for you. Hey, Kim Possible. Do things that work for you. But don't beat yourself up for wanting to protect yourself. If you used to getting hit when somebody swing, what you gonna do? Duck. This is the emotional version. Now you just gotta work on the tools to make sure that somebody's actually swinging, or are you just ducking because the wind blowing? Make sense? So don't let nobody make you feel guilty about protecting yourself. That doesn't make you a bad person. And it's not going to block your blessing. What God, spirit, source, the ancestors, whatever you believe in, the universe, what they have for you is for you. The end. Work on yourself. Love yourself. Pay attention. And move on. And I don't know what's the big deal about being in relationships anyway. People be getting on my nerves. But yeah, y'all. That's all I wanted to talk about. Like, don't beat yourself up. Do the work. And when it's your time, your person will come to you. But don't waste your time entertaining court gestures while you wait for your king and queen. It's not worth it. I gotta go, y'all. I done took pre-workout. I done talked a hole in y'all head. After I edited this, gonna be a whole 30-minute video. Thank y'all so much for watching. Again, I hope this resonates with somebody. I am gonna go through and read the chat, just not on live, because it's already about to be a 40-minute video. Well, I guess I got time. Let's see. Jill said, you still look good. Thank you, boo. Amy said, hey, Chelle, what I miss. Black Rose says, laughing my ass off, blocked. And then she also said, period. Jill says, so true. Black Rose said, preach, Chelle. Every time I hear that song, because TikTok play too much, I think of Kirk Franklin. Preach up, stomp. Y'all remember that? But they got a new TikTok of him cussing out his son. They turned it into stomp. Anyway, Nakia said, me going through that with my BSF because she doesn't want to hear that I'm telling her it's okay to make peace, but some people don't deserve your energy again. That part. Black Rose, I needed this 3 years because I used to be so guarded. I feel you. Alex says, you're an empath. It sounds like, thank you, Alex. Kim Possible says, Chelle. That's how I read it. I don't care if that's how you wrote it. She also said, what's going on? Amen, sis. Hey, boo. I've been missing Kim. Y'all done took my baby from SL. She don't even fool with y'all no more. Miss Candy said, she's here. She said, hey, Miss Candy. And she said, hey, lovelies. But yeah, that's all I got. If you're feeling guarded, don't beat yourself up. As long as you're doing the spiritual work to work on you and you're exercising your discernment, your person is going to come. And one thing you will learn when it comes to growing as a person, most of the time, I don't want to call it lonely, but you're alone. You will start to lose so many people in your life when you start working on you. Not because you're being mean or nothing like that, but once you start understanding that you have to set boundaries with everyone, including your children. Now, I ain't saying cut off your kids. You might have to, depending on where y'all at in life, and they grown and stuff. But I even had to start setting boundaries with my son. Like, I love him to death, but even he had gotten comfortable violating me. And I had to be like, I love you and would lay down my life for you, but you're not going to disrespect me. I don't like when you do X, especially teenagers. They're hormonal and all that other stuff, so they be wilding out. And you have to start grooming even your children to understand your boundaries as a parent. You probably like, what, kids? I said it. We need to start learning how to take care of ourselves. You don't have to say F everybody else. You don't have to mistreat people, but you have to be willing to have the courage to take care of yourself and understand that sometimes that's going to eliminate people out of your life. The end. Kim said, laughing her A off, cut theirs off. Y'all, Kim be like, what? Have a nice life. Kim will hit you with the, will no longer be needing your services. Thank you. No, and Black Rose, when I say cut off the kids, I'm talking about like sometimes you got adult kids that think they supposed to run you in the ground because you're their parent. And you gave birth to me, so I'm your responsibility. Fool, you grown. I don't have to tell you to go out and bump uglies with people, cuss, drink, smoke, and turn up. So why am I responsible for everything else about you? Goodbye. I literally have seen adults trying to not violate, but take advantage of their parents and talking about, well, they supposed to because they're my parent. You're grown. And y'all stop thinking that your parents owe you. They birthed you, they fed you, put a roof over your head, took care of you, hopefully gave you some emotional support and groomed you to be a good adult. After that, let them live. You 30-something years old and still fussing at your mama because she won't pay your rent. Goodbye. But yeah, I gotta go. Bye, Kim. Talking about F them kids. I gotta go, y'all. I'm gonna go work out again. I hope that this message resonated with somebody. I really just said that like 5 minutes ago, but I'm really gonna shut up now. Thank y'all so much for watching the live. I hope I don't look too tore up. This is my new webcam, y'all. All right. Love y'all for free. Peace down the middle or whatever. Snoo. Boom, boom, boom. When the pimp's in the crib, ma, drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot. And when the pigs try to get at you, park it like it's hot, Pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot. And when it get an attitude, pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot. I got my rollie on my arm and I'm pouring Sean Dawn and I roll up best because I got it going on.